Y'all know what time it is. It's Panda Talk time. Yeah, boy. So I've actually gone ahead and tried to make this frickin' Panda Talk 5 different times, and each time I've ended up re-recording it for one reason or another, whether it be the quality or because I decided to realize I forget something or new information came out regarding this. Whatever happens, today is going to be the final day that I'm going to re-record this. Whatever happens, happens. And funny enough, I guess in a sense I was actually considering whether or not I should even make this video, because it's actually going to be about YouTube Rewind. It's going to be about YouTube Rewind, and I also decided that I want to talk about the recent subscriber purge that happened. But I guess we'll start with the YouTube Rewind. So the YouTube Rewind, it was something. I honestly think, I'm just going to go straight out with the opinion. It was the worst YouTube Rewind that they have ever made so far. Alright, there we go. We got that out of the way. Now, here's the thing. Even though it was the worst one, I still feel, in a sense, I have to come to the defense of YouTube for a couple things. The first thing is, I've seen a lot of comments about people saying that YouTube is very disconnected with their community, saying that YouTube isn't, including actual important events or important creators that should be in there. Now, to a degree, there is some reason and some validity with, or there's a validity in the statements that people have been saying. A couple obvious ones, I guess, would be Shane Dawson. How Shane Dawson had one of the biggest series that he's been uploading consistently, and they would all get millions of views. The Logan Paul and KSI fight, or was it Jake Paul? I don't know. They're both the same person. The fight was the largest pay-per-view live stream on YouTube ever, and obviously, as of recent, the fight for the #1 spot on YouTube between T-Series and PewDiePie. Now, there's a couple things I want to bring up, because it seems like everyone has kind of come to the same consensus, but I still feel obligated to do this. The first thing I wanted to talk about is, obviously, with every single YouTube Rewind, everyone wants to go ahead and make their own version of YouTube Rewind. And I've actually been watching a couple of these, and there's a couple things that I feel like are somewhat important to mention. When I'm seeing these videos and I'm seeing what supposedly YouTube forgot to include, I'm seeing a lot of very tight-knit references, memes, people that it seems like in general a lot of us would know, if that makes sense. The problem with that is YouTube is so much more than what we know. YouTube is massive all around the world, and as such, they have global representation in their Rewind. I think one of the most prominent parts about this would be the part where they had their Asian representation. There was the mention of K-pop, and there was the mention of mukbang. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm probably mispronouncing it really badly. Point is, there were a lot of comments saying, why the heck is this in Rewind? This has nothing to do with YouTube, this and that. This is a weird trend. The fact of the matter is, even if to you it is a weird trend, it is a massive trend, even if it's not a massive trend in the Western Hemisphere of the world. It seems like a lot of people tend to forget this, but the world is a lot more than the US. The US is the world! What are you saying, dude? My bad, but put away your guns and your American flags for just 2 seconds, okay? Aside from the US, there's Canada, alright? There's the whole Southern Hemisphere of the world. We got South America, we've got Africa, we've got Australia, and then of course we have the entire Eastern Hemisphere of the world, which is Asia, Russia, the entirety of Europe. So there's a lot of trends and a lot more people than just what we know. Of course, this does bring us to the other issue, which is there is too much YouTube for YouTube to include in YouTube Rewind. That was a lot of YouTube for in one sentence. I think what they need to do, and a lot of people have obviously pointed this out, is that they've been trying to include a lot of people who were brand friendly, content creator, or safe for advertisers and all that stuff. But in the process, they ended up including a lot of dead meat. I think one of the a couple of things, criticism that I saw that I somewhat agreed and somewhat disagreed. There was apparently some YouTubers in it who hadn't posted in 9 months. They should be cut out. They have no relevancy to 2018. One of the people that made it into YouTube Rewind, and I know this is going to be an unpopular opinion, which was freaking Skidoo Pop Pop, whatever that guy was from 2017. Man's Not Hot. There we go. He was in YouTube Rewind this year. He's not as big of a relevancy in 2018. I don't think he should have been in it. But obviously people were just like, oh, he made it. Oh, we're happy. Obviously not. I saw Bongo Cat in there. I thought Bongo Cat was a great addition because there were so many memes, and it was a meme that was acknowledged by a lot of the world, including the Eastern Hemisphere of the world. I saw a lot of people criticizing Ninja. The fuck because, you know, Ninja is just a Twitch streamer and isn't a YouTuber. The fact of the matter is Ninja had the best year on YouTube as well. He has like 20 million subs as far as I'm aware. Even if it's just Twitch highlights, he is a YouTuber and a massive YouTuber at that. And the fact that they included so much Fortnite, for them to not include Ninja would kind of be really disconnected. Of course, there was the usual late night talk shows, and there was the political insert near the end. You can have your own opinion as to whether or not the political insert should have been there. If I'm going to be completely honest, I don't think the political insert should have been there, because, I mean, once you include politics, there's going to be people who agree or disagree, and you can also debate whether or not it was included very well. I'm also going to include the fact, though, that politics have been massive on YouTube, whether you agree, whether you disagree, whether you're left, right, center, or not even on the political scale. The fact of the matter is politics are massive on YouTube, and for them to include it, whether they included the part you liked or the part you disliked, the fact that they included it does represent a fact that politics are pretty massive on YouTube. Long story short, I feel like it goes without saying that the video, when it comes to actual production quality and worth, it's a good video. It's put together well. The mashups, obviously, it's one thing that I'm pretty excited for, actually, and I think the mashups in that YouTube Rewind were pretty good. You know, listen, I'm just saying, right, if you want to hit me up, YouTube, I'll make YouTube Rewind 2019 mashup. Please hit me up, please. I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't think YouTube should make any more of these rewinds, but the thing is, it's become so much of a tradition, and even if they're not going to be able to help, they're not going to be able to include everyone, and they're going to make a lot of people mad. I don't think there will ever be a YouTube Rewind that was ever as successful as 2012, 13, 14, the one where the dislike ratio wasn't as horrible as as it is now, where it's literally the #1 most disliked video on YouTube. It'll never be that way. But I personally, I was going to say they shouldn't do it, but obviously with this tweet that they recently tweeted out where they acknowledged that they were the most disliked video on YouTube, it does seem like they're actually going to continue on with YouTube Rewind. So as much as I'm pretty, for once in my life, I feel rather pessimistic about where YouTube Rewind is going for 2019, I'm also really excited and optimistic. I'm hoping that they continue to listen to creators. I'm hoping creators will actually somewhat I feel like a lot of creators just hated on Rewind just to hate on it. I don't really think it was that bad, but I mean, there's so much they can do from it, and as much as YouTube doesn't understand the creator's point of view for a lot of things, I think that a lot of creators don't have as good of a point of view to YouTube. But obviously that all comes down to communication, which YouTube is pretty terrible. YouTube's pretty terrible at maintaining communication. So I mean, honestly, now I start to wonder, why am I defending YouTube? YouTube kind of put themselves into this situation. Anyways, next topic I quickly wanted to cover was the YouTube purges. I thought it was really interesting, and funny enough, it actually did affect me. So the YouTube purge was, I think what a lot of people were hyping up for, in a sense, was that this was the first YouTube purge that YouTube had ever kind of officially recognized and announced in advance, which was on their Twitter. They said on the 13th and 14th of December, there's going to be a YouTube purge of sorts, and it might be really big, and to just, you know, keep an eye, so it's not like some glitch or some weird, you know, happening that is, you know, YouTube falling apart. They tend to have these quarterly purges that they do normally, where they just take a bunch of subscribers and they take them out, make sure that they're real, give them back. If they're not real, they keep them away. They also have these like kind of daily, or, you know, every other daily audits, as people have been calling them, where they'll take small little clumps of subscribers, make sure they're real, give them back, or don't. And I think I'm gonna say it was overhyped to a degree, because at the end of the day, it really wasn't that bad. As far as the two most biggest YouTubers, PewDiePie, I think, lost 59,000 subscribers, and T-Series lost 228,000 subscribers. So a lot of people were kind of like, ooh, sub-botting, oh whoa. Thing is, I don't think people remember the time when PewDiePie literally lost like more than 500,000 subscribers in a day. So I mean, if we're gonna debate botting, I don't know, I think we should look at some of the historical evidence. But at the end of the day, it kind of doesn't matter. It's just YouTube doing YouTube. For any of you curious as to how many subscribers I lost 17 subscribers. I made it back within a day and a half or so. So I mean, we're still on our way up. I feel kind of bad for some of the YouTubers, because there was a question in the frequently asked questions where what happens if I'm above 1,000 subscribers and I drop below 1,000, and YouTube just says we're gonna kick you out of the program, of the YouTube Partner Program, which really sucks, because the YouTube Partner Program is already so hard to get out of for people who have the 4,000 minutes of watch time and the 1,000 subscribers. So for people to finally get out of it just to get back into it is probably the most infuriating thing ever, especially because of the massive backlog. And the second thing I wanted to acknowledge was, even at a larger scale, I think there was a YouTuber, I think his name was like the Tech It something, I forget, I'll put a photo on screen. He lost 30,000 subscribers, and he is now back under 100,000 subscribers because of that. He lost like a quarter of his subscribers, which I guess kind of brings into question, how is a quarter of your subscribers bots? Alright, I'm not going to delve into that. I don't want to be the guy to accuse him of using bots. But the fact of the matter is that now this guy is not going to have a silver play button. So he's kind of screwed up there. The thing is though, he's at like 99,000, so I'm pretty sure he probably surpassed, he's back above 100,000 probably by this video, or maybe within the next month or so. So kind of a rip to that, but I mean, at the end of the day, I guess it's just YouTube being YouTube. I haven't seen anyone else get screwed over as badly as him. I think PewDiePie kind of walked away with the big W. He didn't lose as many. A lot of people thought this would be the end to PewDiePie, but I mean, he has such a massive lead now that I don't think a YouTube audit will screw him up if he's made it up this far so far. Anyways, I guess that's been a bit of a ramble. If you guys have anything that you guys want me to talk about, I quite enjoy these Panda Talks. Sometimes the ones where I just kind of speak my mind, or the ones that I actually formulate a thesis and a script to. I wanted to make a video about the basically, is Monster Cat Gold worth it? But I want to make an updated version, because a lot has changed with Monster Cat since Monster Cat Gold since the initial video that I made. I don't know, they saw that video and they were like, you know what, we're gonna make it better. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what do you guys want from me, because my views are kind of all over the place. Obviously, you guys seem to like memes. I think I might start doing mixes and mashups less. Maybe not the mixes. The mixes still do pretty alright, but the mashups haven't been doing that well. So I might not do as many mashups anymore. I don't know. That's something I'll consider. Anyways, I'm gonna head on out. If you guys made it this far, comment down below your opinion on YouTube Rewind 2018, and I'll see you guys whenever the next video is. Bye!